Shanti. I use this time to prepare myself for the evening. Starting to turn my attention inwards. Turning my attention inward. That feeling as if I'm completely alone in this space. No one's looking at me, and I'm not told to look at anyone else. Quietly turning inward. Moving away from my usual thoughts of the good mind. Thoughts around roles and responsibilities and just the busyness. The feeling of coming inside. Into a quiet, sacred place inside.
Shanti. Om Shanti. Om से शिव बाबा पधारे बोलते ध्वनि हो ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे बोलते ध्वनि हो ब्रह्म मुख से मधुर वाणी बोलते ध्वनि हो ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे ओ ओ ओम की इस मधुर ध्वनि से किया परिवर्तन प्रेम शांति सिखा के बदला सभी का जीवन आदिदेव प्रजापिता श्री बोलते ध्वनि हो ब्रह्म मुख से मधुर वाणी बोलते ध्वनि हो ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे ओ ओ सोहन सूरत मोहन मूरत ज्ञान के मोती भव्य मुख पर चंद्रमासी चमकती ज्योति दिव्य दर्शन दिव्य वाणी बोलते ध्वनियों ब्रह्म मुख से मधुर वाणी बोलते ध्वनियों ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे ओ विश्व में थी पाप की जब घटा छाई तब विभूति आप जैसी धरती पे आई इन तार में बंध के सारे बोलते ध्वनियों ब्रह्म मुख से मधुर वाणी बोलते ध्वनियों ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे ओ ओम शांति
Shanti. Good evening. Welcome to everyone. How are you? You okay? All right. So tonight's a very special night for us. Tonight we're going to celebrate the significance of a festival called Rakshabandhan. How many have been here before? Our rescue programs. You may have to raise your hand higher because we can actually, it's a great exercise. Thank you. Okay, so a lot of you are new to this. Wonderful. How many is their first time with Brahma Kumari struggle? Again, you may have to raise your hands high because we're okay, Krishna. With a warm welcome, you might know a little bit about the organization during the evening as well. So in terms of Rakshabandhan, I know some of you are familiar with how that is celebrated really in day-to-day life. But what we hope to do tonight is unpack the significance of Rakshabandhan, how it might be relevant in your life. What does this have to do with you and your day-to-day life, your quality of life? And it really explores the sacredness of our day-to-day life, the sacredness of the self. We tend to become a little ordinary in our daily life, but expect an extraordinary day. Right? We're really exploring the extraordinariness of the self, what we can do to nurture that and protect that, sustain that, and see if that, and through that method, improve our quality of life, not through looking for that outside. So exploring the sacredness of life through exploring the sacredness of the self. And we have a perfect guest speaker to do that for us. I'm delighted at this time to welcome our guest presenter, Sister Gita, who's flown all the way, just for you. Some very strong arms. She's flown all the way just for you from Los Angeles. Pretty impressive. So Sister Gita came to this this organization, this practice of love yoga, when she was in, I don't want to age her, she was just in her 20s. And she's been doing this for 45 years. So needless to say, she has a depth of experience, and she currently serves as the lead coordinator in Los Angeles and the surrounding centers. What I appreciate a lot about Sister Gita is she has a very natural spirituality. I really feel we sometimes use a silence, an aura of silence, but I always feel this sacredness that we've been talking about, a very natural, sacred approach to day-to-day life. And I'm delighted that she's joining us tonight, and on behalf of all of you, I'm going to present her with this scripture. So I have a quick question for you, because it may need adjustment. Are you able to see Sister Gita? How many can see her at the back? Should we put her on a higher chair? I can see it's the tall people that are raising their hands. Are you okay if we shift you? Oh, Shanti. I can see good afternoon. You all are gathered here to celebrate this very powerful Om Shanti.
It's very pure festival of this Rakshabandhan. It's a very auspicious also, and it's very elevated. This festival is. There are so many festivals we're celebrating, but this one, why is very special? Because there is the two words. The celebrations are in Raksha and Bandhan. Raksha means protection and Bandhan means bondage. How many of you would like to be in their bondage? So many types of bondages, yeah? We want to liberate them. But how I can be liberated, I can really experience freedom within the self and also the outside. This festival is significant about the purity. Purity of the soul, which starts with mind, intellect, or sanskaras in form of the nature, which we accumulate many births also. And now all these thoughts is really bothering us. We don't know how to heal them. We don't know how to let go of this. I'm sure you all know that the mind's work is to constantly create the thoughts. And mind only creates 4 different types of thoughts. And if you check today, now, what type of thoughts mind has created, since you open your eyes this morning until 9, how many different types of thoughts came? Basically, only 4 types of thoughts mind creates. One is positive. I'm sure everyone had positive thoughts, yeah? How many? Only positive. And that's why you are so happy and union. Second is about the necessary thoughts, which is day-to-day activity, day-to-day work what we have to do. And third is negative. And fourth is wasteful thoughts. I'm sure nobody has wasteful thoughts. Yes or no? Wasteful? Majority time these wasteful thoughts, you're always thinking about the past. And because we're thinking about the past, what happened, and that thoughts we are continuing in the present time, and then we worried about the future. What will happen? Unnecessary these thoughts we created in our mind, and now we want to liberate them. How we can liberate within us? And that's why all these different types of festivals remind us how I can go beyond, how I can let go, or how I can understand and replace my feelings about. So what we holding this feeling about the past is already past. In this festival, it's more like the celebrations of the soul level, but in the path of devotion. And this festival is more celebrating in India, between brother and sister. That sister specially tied this special thread on brother's right hand. And she wishes that my brother can have more like beautiful life, prosperous life, healthy life. And in return, God gives some gift. And the gift, he says that whenever you need, I'll protect you. And many times the question arises, if brother is 6 years old and sister is 30 years old and sister is in America, brothers in India, how he can come and protect us? And that's why spiritual significance behind that. The brother in the form of the soul is a powerful being coming into this body to simply perform these actions. And soul itself has this three faculty, what we are accumulating these thoughts. And whatever we accumulate this thought of the past or the future worried about, how in the present time we can replace it. And that's why we need the protections. And protections of what we unnecessarily accumulate, the past negative thoughts or wasteful thoughts, or many different types of karmic accounts, which day to day or time to time it suddenly appears. And we are very internally like not happy about it. We suffer, we don't like you, and then it comes a supreme being that please help me, how I can liberate myself from them. So we need that protection, don't you think? Yeah, we need the protections of, and protections of the self, which who am I? And that who am I is this beautiful point of light, which I look through these eyes, I hear from your ears, I perform actions with hands and legs. So we didn't know about the self. And when I understood about my being, then whatever project, whatever the thoughts comes from the outside, before he enters within self, he will check me. Why? Because I don't want anymore any types of unnecessary this thought which is really taking all my happiness, all my joy, all my peace, and I want to protect them. So where these protections come from? And that's why the Supreme Being, the Supreme Light, Divine Being comes in our life. So we focus on ourselves as a being and connecting with that Supreme Being. And so when there is a connections, remembrance, being, that is also called meditation, pure thoughts, powerful thoughts, uplifting thoughts, and then step by step, we start clearing out what we are holding. Many times that incidents, what happens, is past. And we say past is past, but the thought never just disappear. It's really bothering us. And what we are holding, already incident past, and sometimes what happens, that incident is just 1 second. But the creation of that, the thoughts we are creating, why happened, what happened, when happened, and more we are really making that more like a story form. And so now, that incident past, the situation past, but what I'm holding, this feeling, that simply I have to replace. Because I cannot go and change my past. Sometimes we feel guilty, sometimes we constant saying why did. But instead of why, we have to really make ourselves between thought, let it fly, and replace that thought in a more positive and uplifting ways. And that's why this festival helps us to make some pledge that today, now onwards, I will not go in the past, or I will not allow myself to worry about my future, But let it be what I have to really think about, what I have to do now. And that makes you more aware about things. And that's why in this festival, we do little ritual that we put here little tika, the dot. And this tika very specially is made out of sandalwood. And sandalwood is having really nice fragrance. And it is said, more you grate, more you grind, more the fragrance comes out. And this sandalwood especially grow in South India side. And it's a value about that if it is grown in the backyard, it's not belongs to you, it belongs to government. So that much value about this sandalwood is. So why it's placed in the center of the forehead? It reminds the virtue of the soul. That I am a peaceful soul, I am a loveful soul, I am a pure soul, I am a blissful soul. So when I remind that, so naturally that feelings, that vibrations you can also experience about it. So it's a symbolic that when you come here, you apply this special tilak. And it's a very divine feeling about, and you can experience that time that God is massaging your soul. Imagine, God is massaging your soul. Whatever internally you had your specialities, or you had your virtues, or you had some like powers, it's like emerging within yourself. And whatever not belongs to you, that started to disappear because your focus is on your innate virtues or qualities of the soul. It's a very subtle things when you remain in that consciousness of the soul, that I am a light, I am a peace, I am a powerful soul, and that feelings makes you more like elevated yourself and you started to really feel day by day happier and happier. Because that thought what you're creating is create the feelings and it's also effect on our body also. Sometimes you think a lot and then the effect goes on the body and you say, I have pain here, I don't know what happened, suddenly my neck is hurting, my this thing is hurting. So totally concentration power goes into the area and the more and more you're feeling about the pain. But then if you divert your mind towards your quality of the soul, then you detach from this physical body and pay attention on the spiritual, that being who you are, that brings the light, that brings that peace, that brings that happiness. And you really, more and more you enjoy your this valuable life, what God has given each and every one of us, very unique and very special. This talent or your specialities that you started to aware about, not comparison with anybody, not looking at anybody, but what you receive, that you started to really enjoy. And what that your creations, what you're doing is your creations, and you really enjoy about that part. After this pillar, then we will tie very special thread. This is called Rakhi. And Rakhi means the one who gives the protection. And protections comes when my connections with the Supreme Being. So when my connection with that Supreme Being, I started to receive this divine power, divine energy. And what I experienced that protecting myself and same times that vibrations are sent around the world. This special Rakhi is not an ordinary Rakhi. You cannot go and buy in a shop anywhere here. Yes, there is a shop here that you can buy, but this special Rakhi, the month of June, July, August, in our headquarters, Rajasthan, Mount Abu, all our brothers and sisters, especially meditate intensely, like they meditate, and from that powerful vibrations, this Rakhi had arrived. So it's a very holy Rakhi that when you tie on your right hand, it give you the rightness, the righteous, which allows you to do all the time right things, to experience that very lightness inside. Imagine all these thousands and thousands yogis meditate. From that vibrations, this Rakhi has arrived. And when you tie, you stretch your right arms and keep some determined thought. I'm not telling you to have the any times you have to make a promise. I'm sure you don't trust yourself, yeah? 31st December, we always make some nice promise that okay, next 2025, I will do this thing, I will pay attention on that, and I will really make my this a year very fruitful. But then January 1st, you do very faithfully, January 2nd also very peacefully, you pay attention, January 3rd, and suddenly January 4th, some types of challenge came, and you little bit your mind diverted. What you wanted to do, you say, I don't think so, I will do this. January 5th, little bit your faith shake. January 6th, it's okay, I'm a human being. It's happened, these mistakes happen, this happened. So it's gradually you make yourself such an ordinary. But when you can make determination, when you have a determined thought, no matter how much you feel difficult, but then you says, no, I will make it. With that power of determinations, you can change anything what you want. And that's why today I humbly request all of you that what the gift, I'm sure, I don't know, it's written in the invitations that you have to bring today some gift. Did you? Did you bring some gift? Did you bring some gift? Yes or no? Everybody so quiet? What the gift you will offer? What the gift you will offer? Just 1 second. Close your eyes. Ask your beautiful being what I have that I can give. Today when I tie Rakhi, the Supreme Being, that gives, which constant, allowing me to experience peace within, constant happiness, experience unconditional love. I make my souls very powerful. So at the end of the day, I become successful. Ask your beautiful being, what gifts today you will give when you come here to tie your life. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes or no? Yes or no? Please just want to answer. Don't you think you want to liberate which is not belongs to you, which is not allowing you to, in your journey, they are like becoming obstacles? You want to do something, but still something is pulling you down and not giving you that opportunity to move forward. So all these collective things, what is not belong to you, that's you have to give in donation. And what not belongs to you? Anger belongs to you? Listen, sure, anger is not belong to you. Why are you angry? Think about. Okay, might be you think I don't have an anger, but I have a little irritation. So that also, with the power of determining thoughts, we can give donation. God wants donations which is not belongs to you. He only wants for the children that constant remain happy, constant remain peaceful, constant remain cheerful. And that is up to me. Why? Because I, the soul, is the master of this body. I, the soul, is the master of this body. If I don't want being the master, I will not do it. I am the creator of my own thoughts. Nobody is creating thoughts in me. And that powerful consciousness about what sometimes thinking that because of this one, because of that one, I lost my peace, I lost my happiness. But you cannot blame anybody. But you correct yourself that what I did, that I lost my peace or I lost my happiness. When you are more turning within yourself, and when you focus your being as a light, you see everything very clear. And when you see that clarity, you accept that and you put in a practical form and this is part of you. So all this in negative side is not belongs to us and not allowing us to have makes happy. And how unnecessary to create karma with other souls. And sometimes you think I have a right because she's my wife or he's my husband or he's my child or he's my partner. I have full right. You don't have a right to hurt anybody. And that's what today, with the power of your thoughts, with the power of that understanding, you keep that determined thought and tie this Rakhi. And while you tie this Rakhi, you are stretching your arms. Sister will put this Rakhi here. And then afterwards, you turn your wrist, open your palm, and let God can give you that blessings. And with your heart and soul, we'll put the knot, not anger not allowed, greed not allowed, ego not allowed. So not one after not we will tie here. It makes you, it reminds you that how I'm liberated from all this thing. And once again, I'm protecting myself with this impurity. And that's why this festival is a symbolic about the purity. Whenever you meet each other, whenever you communicate with each other, when you can celebrate any types of festival with each other, have that awareness about that I, the pure soul, is really celebrating with these pure souls. So knowing where your thoughts are more elevated, your actions are, and your feelings are, and your relations become, also becomes the legend. After this, you receive something to eat sweet things. Yeah, our tongues always like sweet things. And it is said the tongues doesn't have any bones. Sometimes it's breaking bones. One bitter word comes out and you hurt so deeply that nobody can forget about that. But in this spiritual journey, you eat sweet and you speak sweetly. And that's to symbolize that this festival we are going to celebrate. And afterwards, you will receive your blessings. And these blessings are not ordinary, these blessings for the soul, that now and then you remind yourself, you can make yourself more happier about that, wow, I have these blessings, and more blessings I will receive. So always you feel that God's both hands are on your head and you are already blessed. Don't ask God, I need this, bless me, bless me. But do some little actions, some pure actions, some good actions. So already we already He blessed you because we are the children. He's our parents. So parents never have any types of animosity, but always have a good wishes, pure feelings towards the children. So feel within your soul that how much I am blessed by doing charitable actions, by doing some pure actions, by doing some elevated actions, and the fruit of that your relationship becomes very successful, where relationship is very pure because you have that understanding. So whatever past is completely past. Pay attention on the present. So when I pay attention on the present, naturally the future is bright. And last couple of years back when the COVID came, how much time we all received, yes? Every time we was saying, I don't have time, I'm so busy, so busy. And Rama gave us such a golden opportunity that whole is your time. You spend lots of time with your family, whatever you wanted to do, we in the house, we also accomplished. And on the top, just more and more understand, got chance to understand the self. And that's why always, today onwards, always listen to your beautiful being, what your being is saying to you. And it says, follow your heart. Don't ask 3, 4, 5 people about their opinion, that how I can do, what I can do. But just first thing, ask your being from your heart and soul. And then first, whom you have a faith, ask and take the guidance from the Supreme Being. And you can see how much, if you are a businessman, how much successful you are. If you are a teacher, how much your children's also listens. So all different types of job opportunities, what comes in your life, you become very successful. And second thing, whenever any challenges comes, don't complain about, but just listen what the divine being is saying to you. Because so many times we are only telling God, please give me this, give me that, why I'm suffering like that, why, when, what, how. But instead of that, let I can listen. I can take that energy, take that power, and then I can really apply it in my practical life. Because that is also the art of listening. Listen to your beautiful being and listen to the Supreme Being, and you can see how your life is really becoming more smooth. Challenges comes because we don't know what actions we had performed in the past. It comes to say only goodbye. Sometimes we are so much loud with particular soul, and when they are leaving, they say, what I will do without that. So let's say goodbye to our vices, anger, greed, attachment, ego, laziness, fear, all these things what is not belong to you. Let I can say goodbye and let invite what you have inner being, what you want that, what you really searching for that, which every day, at least 5 minutes, allow yourself to sit in that silence, in that quiet moment, and step by step, you can go inside, feel these powerful vibrations, feel that goodness, what you have, and let you experience, and you can share with others also. It is possible? Possible? Because we all, at least we all are doing now onwards. Wherever you go, whoever you meet, you will spread their vibrations. So they can also they will also focus on that inner beauty in form of these virtues or powers or speciality. So they can also use in a worthwhile way. Once again, this world becoming golden. That only there will be the happiness, only there will be the peace. There is no any types of animosity or not a drop of sorrow you will experience. And that's why we say charity begins at home. So when I will change, and what to change? What is not belong to me, I don't have to touch. Even in my dream also, I don't have to touch. And what is belong to me, that I can use. So charity begins at home. Let me do first, and by seeing me, I become a good example by seeing me, my families, my friends, and wherever you go, then everybody will look at and they say, no, I want to be like that. And then step by step, you can see how much collectively one can change. So don't just think about the world is falling. Yes, they are falling, but our internal, our spiritual being is really coming up, and how you can really spread that vibrations and allow each and every one to feel. Because everybody have a right to experience the peace. Everybody have a right to experience happiness. So you give happiness, and that you can receive also happiness. And there is saying that life is to live is to love, love is to give, and give is to receive. Don't have expectation, first you give, then I give. Always have this generous heart. You donate what you have, what you are, and then you can see how much blessing upon blessing you will receive. And blessing is also upliftment, and without making any hard effort, just go step by step every day inside and clearing out what you are not. If anything about the past, hand over to Supreme Being and you just remain the light. And more you replace, more you can feel how much your life become a divine life, happy life, peaceful life. Yeah? Do you think we all can feel about that? We have a right for that, and that right I have to claim for myself within the self. And that's way how we can celebrate this Rakshabandhan. We can protect each one from the negativity and make sure from my side I shall not give any types of sorrow to anybody that I make them, I disturb them, or I make them unhappy. It's just give and detach. Give and detach. Why detach? Because if any expectation remain, you want in certain way, when you don't receive, again you disappoint. So you do from your heart and soul what you like to do, then just you detach and let God from give you blessings upon blessings. Thank you.
I'll ask someone else to speak because I need to introduce me.
Om Shanti. So, thank you, Moses. We are now going to actually time Rakhi, and the line that was described and what you can expect to happen. But a few things need to happen first. And of course, the most important thing to happen at this point is to show our appreciation. Now, we have a very royal way of doing that in Burma Kumars. Usually we clap, and that's kind of amazing, a little bit. So we used to wait
to say hello, yes? Have you ever done that? So this has very sacred beginnings. This is a little ordinary. It actually started by just giving blessings. And it turned into hi. So everyone can take their right hand, feel I'm giving blessings, blessings of appreciation to Sister Gita. Really appreciate it. It's actually very pleasant to do it this way. So that's very important. The second thing that we need to do is to reset the front of the room to prepare. So we're going to try and distract you while that's going on, so you won't notice what's happening here. And I will also ask Sister Mare to come to the front and start to get ready. So the angels who are resetting, if you could please come forward. And what we're going to ask you to do is to turn, I know this is going to be nerve-wracking for some of you, it's like your worst nightmare. Turn to someone next to you. I know it might be a stranger, it's going to be okay. Turn to someone next to you and take a few moments to share what impressed upon you or touched you about the sharing tonight. Because it's so easy for us to sit, listen, enjoy, and then just go back to our lives. But with hope that you've taken something away from this that you can integrate or implement in your lives. And it helps a lot when we actually share that with someone. So I'm going to ask you to turn to someone beside you. I'm keeping an eye, so I'll know if someone's not doing this and just staring blindly ahead. Turn to someone beside you. Again, this is the distraction part. Turn to someone beside you and take a moment just to share what touched you or what was sparked for you in the sharing tonight. Yes, you may have to move, but go ahead.
Hello, hello.
Keep chatting. Keep chatting amongst yourselves. We're still setting up. All right. Om Shanti, Om Shanti. I think we've sorted ourselves out up here. So next what's going to happen is we're just going to go through the logistics. So there's no quiz on this, but hopefully you'll pay attention so that it's not overwhelming or confusing when you come up. So I know you're very keen and excited. If you're able to stay after you've tied to sustain the atmosphere for others, that's great. But we do request trying to maintain as quiet an atmosphere as possible for the sake of others. So if you need to leave, we just ask that you do so quietly. It just really helps to create that kind of space that Sister Gita was describing, where you can go towards the self and also feel that connection with the Supreme. So maintaining silence as much as possible is really appreciated. We're going to ask that when you're ready, you come down the far side here. There are 3 chairs at the front. So come, if you see the chairs are free, you're welcome to come and have a seat. And so the one that's closest to the middle would be the one that comes up first. So you would shift over as you're seated. We would prefer not to form a queue. It really doesn't speed things up for you, and it just makes you uncomfortable because you're standing and you don't get a chance to really stay in that beautiful space. So when you see the chairs are free and if you're ready, then come and have a seat at that time. Is that okay? Does that make sense? So once you come up, you will, is there anyone in the room who, we do have Toli, we have the sweet. Is there anyone who has any difficulty with milk that needs a vegan Toli? Does anyone need vegan? Yes? Okay. So what we ask is when you come up, we're going to have an usher over here who is. Okay, is there an usher or no? No. Okay. All right. I was just going to say they could tell you and then you could communicate. So is it Gina? Is it you? Or okay. Put your hands up again and Nora says she can remember. If you can please raise your hand high if you need vegan. Vegan totally. Okay, and I believe there's going to be translation. Yeah.
Om Shanti. So this is जिनको अंग्रेज़ी इतनी अच्छी नहीं आती तो हिंदी में थोड़ी बहुत दोहराएंगे। तो जैसे जूडी बहन ने कहा कि अपने आप को आत्मा समझकर शांति में रहकर हॉल के उस तरफ आना है। वहाँ पे यहाँ पे सामने 3 कुर्सियाँ रखी है। 3 कुर्सी में बैठे। पहली वाली कुर्सी पहले आएगी। यहाँ 3 चेयर रखा है तो पहले टोली और राखी बांध के फिर टोली लेके फिर वापस अपनी जगह पर जाना है। तो शांति बनाए रखना, कोई क्यू नहीं रखना है और आराम से आकर प्रभु को, पिता को याद करके अपने हाथ में राखी बांधिएगा। और किसी को दूध की टोली ठीक नहीं लगती शरीर के लिए तो उनके लिए बिना दूध की टोली भी है। अगर किसी को बिना दूध की टोली चाहिए तो अपना हाथ उठा करें तो समझ जाएंगे, तो उस अनुसार हम वही टोली आपको खिलाएंगे। ठीक है? टोली माना मिठाई। मिठाई जो है अगर, हाँ जी, प्रसाद, हाँ, मिठाई प्रसाद। तो अगर किसी को दूध नहीं चाहिए, दूध की चीज़ें, तो वो भी है यहाँ पे। अगर आप हमें अभी बताएंगे, हाथ उठाएंगे तो समझ जाएंगे, तो उस अनुसार हम वही मिठाई खिलाएंगे। ठीक है? धन्यवाद।
All right, so you would come to this side first and there will be a chair positioned right here. So we'll ask you to have a seat in the chair. It will be in front of the instrument, Sister Gita, who will be actually in remembrance of the Supreme Soul. So that feeling that this really is a conversation between you and God, and she is just that instrument, and she will apply a tilak, tie the rakhi, give sweet, a blessing will be read while that's going on. So then you would come over next, receive your blessing, and then move over again and receive some gifts, and then continue quietly on your way.
बहन के सामने आओगे वो तो प्रभु की याद में बैठकर सभी को राखी बांधेगी। तो आप भी जितना हो सके अपने को आत्मा समझकर प्रभु की याद में अपना राखी बंधवाएगा। फिर एक थोड़ी सी सौगात है सभी को और मिठाई भी है। मिठाई सब कुछ यहीं से लेकर फिर वापस अपनी जगह पे जाकर बैठना।
All right, sounds good. We're okay. We know what's going to happen. We're excited. All right. So we now have a wonderful gift. So we have here Sister Meher, who has, I'm quite biased, but she has a beautiful voice. So she's going to start to create the atmosphere with a song. And then we'll move into a very short meditation. And then that will be the signal that we can begin. Is that okay? All right.
Om Shanti, everyone.
skies high. Ooh, and I that you dare to dream, baby, you come true. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebird fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Ooh, falls like raindrops on way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Over the rainbow, skies are blue. Dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you that you dare to come true. If happy little butterfly beyond the way, you
Blessings. Blessings of appreciation. Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to ask those who are involved in activities at the front to come up. Sweet. Sitting quietly, comfortably. allowing what I've just listened to this evening to not just enter my mind, but actually penetrate my heart. To awaken a deeper understanding of what really matters in life. What is most valuable? It's common in the world today to think that money or possessions, even people, are what is most valuable. But actually, the greatest wealth I can possess is my authentic self. The wealth of purity, the deep intrinsic value of the self, I, the soul, completely emerged. Revealed in a state of complete dignity and divinity. Self-respect and respect for others. Complete purity. It is the greatest wealth, and some say the greatest gift from God. It is the foundation of a beautiful life. The ceremony I'm about to engage in, Rakshabandhan, is the moment when I bind myself, commit myself to restoring the purity of the self with the support and protection of the one being who is capable of healing the human soul. God, the Supreme Soul, the value maker, the purifier. As I'm seated at the front here, I allow my heart to be present, feeling my own intrinsic worth and beauty, my own purity, in front of the one who sees me as I truly am. How precious I truly am. That one is God. Sacred bond, a golden thread between me, the soul, and the ever beautiful one, the Supreme Soul. Om Shanti. Whenever anyone is ready, please come have a seat at the front. because you are so comfortable in your own company, others feel comfortable while in your company. You are a true leader, having recognized that within you is the most sought after resource in the world, and only you can activate it. It is peace. You love a space of silence within, where you can fly above the ocean of details to reconnect to the simplicity of what really matters. You appreciate the power of true vision by seeing everyone and everything through the lens of a pure heart. You are a fortunate soul who attracts good things to you through the magnetic power of your contentment. acts of kindness flow naturally and constantly from your heart because your heart is filled with self-respect and self-love. In you is the self-mastery to find solutions that liberate you from losing the point when obstacles arise. You possess the beauty and grace of one who's completely at peace with your past, your future, and yourself. You are a fearless soul who dives deep into spiritual understandings. You can learn how to free your authentic self. You are a worthy warrior on the journey of transformation who finds the best defense against self-sabotage is self-love. You are a fortunate soul who is constantly adorned with the most beautiful decoration of all, self-respect. You are a fortunate soul who's fluent in the language of silence, so you're able to catch a wisdom that is far deeper than words. You are a beautiful soul who sees others through the divine feelings of a heart that is pure and patient. You are a peaceful soul who keeps things simple by never straying too far from the point. You are a wise soul who understands that self-criticism, shame, guilt, or punishment do not heal the heart anywhere near as well as love does. Within you is an inner compass of truth that consistently points towards self-respect. You are simply building the courage to honor it. Through the dignity of your silence, you express a profound love and regard for all souls. You are a healthy soul who radiates the good fortune of possessing a peaceful mind, a forgiving heart, and a benevolent attitude. natural lightness and laughter reveal that behind every genuine smile, there's a peaceful mind. You are a happy-hearted soul who moves through the most challenging situations with a deep faith in your innate capacity to remain kind and compassionate. You are a healthy soul who starts every day taking a look in the mirror of silence and checking the state of your heart. You are a gentle soul who peacefully accepts the inevitability of change, knowing what is most valuable is everlasting. When beautiful things happen in the heart, it is inevitable that beautiful things will blossom in your world. You are a gentle soul who can sow seeds of healing in our world through the subtle art of your forgiving feelings and your light-filled love. Through the dignity of your silence, you express a profound love and regard for all souls. Rather than trying to crawl forward by stumbling through the darkness, you are a wise soul who flies forward, guided by the lightness. You hold within you a capacity to recognize when it's time to return to your highest potential. You have a deep respect for inner silence because this is where you build your self-respect. You are a creative soul who has figured out that when it comes to building self-respect, that can only happen from within. You possess the natural and timeless beauty of one with a happy and healed heart, serene mind, and gracious manners. You are a wise soul who recognizes that when there is mastery of the self, Peace reigns. Your presence wins the hearts of others with its fragrance of sweetness, simplicity, and serenity. You are a graceful soul who loves to bring kindness into your vision, respect into your feelings, peace into your thoughts, and an inner stillness into your actions. Others discover the duty of their own worth in the mirror of your humble presence. You are a loving soul who gives in quiet ways, directly from the heart. You are a contented soul who can experience peace wherever you are, having found true peace within. You are a courageous soul who has embarked on the path of self-transformation, where your every step lights the way for others. You are a powerful soul who knows that surrender is not a sign of weakness, but an expression of self-trust. You are a soul who recognizes that looking for the root of the solution is far more fruitful than looking for the root of the problem. You are a wise soul who knows a calm mind can frame situations in such a way that solutions easily become clear. You are a wise soul who has discovered that creating moments of stillness and silence can bring your destination closer. I know there's some souls who are coming tomorrow to Tairaki, so you'll just come for Toli and blessings. Your capacity for self-care is so vast, it overflows beyond the edges of your own heart and touches the hearts of others. You are a soul filled with the power of self-belief, lifting the heaviness in the heart of those who are in your presence. By spending beautiful moments in your inner world, you bring so much beauty to the outer world. You are a beautiful soul who responds lovingly to every moment, enabling optimism and enthusiasm to shine. You are a master of simplicity who knows that complications tend to arise only when doubt or disheartenment move in. You are a truly kind-hearted soul who wraps your every thought, feeling, and attitude in the richness and beauty of purity. You are a special soul who can make the impossible possible using the gifts of a wise heart, a pure mind, and a gentle way of being. You are a wise soul who's come to realize that when it comes to healing, so much depends on what you choose to remember. By mastering the art of inner peace, you become a master of sustaining outer harmony. You are a truly wealthy soul whose primary source of spiritual income is contentment. You are a pure-hearted soul who applies the beauty of self-belief to every act you perform, such that you become a living model of grace in action. You are a courageous soul who is able to face the most daunting tasks from a place of lightness and grace. You plant loving thoughts in the garden of your mind and water them daily with hope, faith, and courage. Success becomes your loyal companion because you're unable to resist having pure intentions, a benevolent attitude, and a courageous heart. you gently plant seeds of forgiveness and mercy in the past of every soul, such that hope can flourish. You're a wise and patient soul who knows that real change begins with healing of the heart.
You are a sensible soul who knows that the only way to fully appreciate this moment is by fully appreciating this moment. Life becomes remarkably simple when you focus your heart on what matters the most and that which all else depends upon, restoring inner peace.
Om Shanti. Thank you for sustaining such a beautiful atmosphere for each other. And before we have 1 minute of silence, remembering the one who makes everything possible, maybe another wave of appreciation for our lovely Gita Didi, who brought so much richness and treasures into the evening. Thank you so much. So 1 minute silence.